these airing out sessions, have they been productive?
I'll tell you what's fun. It wasn't an airing out session. It was a film session, and you know, Mike asked me last night about it and kind of worded it the same way. But we were scheduled to have practice yesterday before we left. Was it yesterday? I think, or what is day? Yeah, before we left Washington. I decided to cancel practice because back-to-back, and we thought our guys were tired. But I told Gary that, hey, I want to show film of the game when we land. And so we went and we showed film. But I talked before the film session about basketball, talked again during the film session, and then I talked after. And I utilize my assistants a lot because I don't like my players hearing my voice all the time. So I was like, man, I talked a lot. I said, you know what, I'm gonna have somebody else talk. Because, you know, obviously after 2 losses like that, everybody's feeling kind of down. So I wanted to hear other guys' voices. And so I asked if anybody had anything, and nobody had anything. And so then I asked Kuester if he had anything. So Kuester spoke, then I said, you know what, since Kuester spoke, I'm gonna ask the rest of my coaches to speak, so that I'm not doing all the talking. So all my coaches spoke, and then after my coaches got done speaking, I asked if anybody else had anything, and nobody else did. And so then I asked the 3 leaders. I asked Powell to speak, and he said something. I asked Fish to speak, he said something. I asked Kobe to speak, and he said something. And that was it. And so I mean, it's fine. I mean, I know you guys have to report stuff like that, but sorry, it was a film session, and I just asked guys to speak. So, I mean, you can call it what it was.
Did you feel like help did get things out in the air?
I mean, it was just guys talking, and I think, you know, I mean, I don't think you need to have everybody talk all the time, but I mean, when you do talk, if you speak what you feel, even if you speak about something, I don't even care if you speak about your home life or what your hobby is. It's just good to talk every once in a while. And did it help? I don't know. I don't think it's why we won the game. We won the game because we went out in the second half and we played the right way. And in the first half, when we got down, we didn't panic. That's why I think we won.
You think it's something you might utilize more often, giving the guys a chance to kind of say whatever's on their mind?
My door is always open. The guys I've had multiple guys come to me multiple times to talk about anything individually, and whether we're on the court as a group or we're in the film room here, I always ask guys if they have something. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's not anything different. I just specifically said, Kuester, say something if you have something to say. Chuck, say something if you have something to say. Messina, say something if you have something to say. Powell, say something if you have something to say. Fish, say something. That's the only difference when you talk about, you know, and I've done that before too. But, you know, obviously, I don't know why it didn't get reported then, but obviously it didn't get reported. Yeah, so.
What did you learn from that feedback?
Some of it, the reality of it is, some of it I don't even remember what guys said. I was just trying to get guys to talk. That's all, you know. So, you know, do you learn stuff? Yeah, you can learn stuff, but I mean, I didn't really learn anything that helped me with the Minnesota game. Yeah.
Why is that so important, just to get guys to talk?
Why? Because, you know, if you don't, sometimes guys may take silence or whatever the wrong way, or they may feel that as a coach I'm trying to dominate our time together, and I want everybody to continue to understand that, hey, everybody has a voice. Don't get it twisted or don't get it wrong. At the end of the day, I'm making the decision. You know, I'm the head coach. I get paid to do that, but I'm okay. I think if guys feel a part of the process or they get some ownership of the process, I think it's the best thing. I think Popovich is one of the, in my opinion, he's one of the better guys at that. Is giving guys ownership or letting guys feel like they're part of the process. And so that's all it is for me.
Is that a concern that, you know, new guys, new system, and that maybe the guys don't feel like they're part of the process?
I don't think it is, because I mean I did the same thing for 5 years in Cleveland. That's just how that's how I coach. I mean, we come out to shoot around and we have a way to play defensively, but I mean, I'm not always out there, and if anybody has anything, I mean, Eric Snow was really good at it because Eric had been in the league so long and he had defended a lot of different guys. He's a great defender, but if he, sometimes he might be like, hey, coach, can, instead of doing this, can we do this? And sometimes I'd say, yeah, let's do it that way. And sometimes I'd say, well, no, Eric, let's do what we do, And there were times even in the huddles when I was back in Cleveland, and I'd do something out of the box for us. I'd suggest something out of the box for us defensively, and our guys believed in what we did so much, they'd say, no, let's just do what we do. For me, I'd love to hear that. I'm like, okay, let's do what we do then. And now they feel like they have ownership of it, and, maybe they try a little hard. But I know it's going to get blown out of proportion, which is fine. Because a lot of stuff does here. But it was a film session. That's it. It was a film session.